I'm super excited to be here with all of you today and just so grateful that you guys took the time and energy to pour into yourselves. So it gets me very excited. For those of you that know me personally, you know how passionate I am about really helping people succeed, particularly during a challenging market. And we're still dealing with, lots of inventory shortages across the country and lots of people really feeling like, I'm not sure what are the next steps. But I'm really here to share with you some very simple strategies that if you put into effect, you can really jumpstart your business on pretty short order. And that's what we're here to do, because I've got several clients using these strategies that have gotten some big breakthroughs. There's a few of you on this call that are going to be some of my, some of the people I'm going to speak to, because we've had some really incredible success with some of my incredible coaching clients. And I always feel so blessed for the people that I have the opportunity to coach, right? Because I have so many incredible clients. Our team talks about you all the time, and many of my amazing clients are on the call already. Hi, Jill. Good to see you. Hi, Sue. We need to connect. I was thinking about you just yesterday, so it's been too long. We got to catch up again, but it's always fun. So I'm going to give it just another minute or two, since we do have a lot of people logging on. We had a really big response. We had about 450 people sign up. So very excited about that. And the more people we can help, the better right now, give you some new strategies. So I just hope that all of you steal my drink of water before I get started. Health is number one thing, right? We got to work on our health. But anyway, I'm very, very excited to have all of you here. Thank you for joining me. I'm just very excited for this presentation because we've spent a lot of time kind of pulling some very simple but powerful content to pour into this webinar to help you with some new tools in your tool chest and to give you maybe a little bit of motivation and inspiration to get some of your passion back, because I'm hearing it a lot. Look, we reach out to my community frequently and say, what are your biggest challenges? And I'd love you to share those in our chat today. Like, what are your biggest challenges right now? Because those are the solutions that we are trying to bring, real help to all of you, so that you can really make a difference in your business and your life. And sometimes we do make this business way too hard. It really is about relationship development. And so a lot of what we do here at the Defining Difference is to help people really get intentional about building relationships and creating real value for your partners. Because a lot of people are like, well, I don't really know what my value is, but we're going to talk a little bit about that today too, to try to start to bring some clarity to you about what your great value proposition is, because you're your best asset, right? And bringing value to others and really showing up from a place of service and not scarcity, because this has been a very scarcity mindset year. And we know that there's been a lot of fear that have really plagued even some of the best originators in the country. Believe me, even the top producers, and I coach many of them nationally, have not been unscathed for this season at all. So I am going to jump on to my PowerPoint here. And if I can get a confirmation that, just make sure, can I get a confirmation that you can see that?
We can see it.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, you all. So we want to really help you kind of crack the code today. We really want to give you some tools to be able to take your business to the next level. And I also want you to just think, today I want you to be really focused. I want you to just for a minute, give yourself an hour to be present. I want you to really digest this. You've signed up for the program. I want you to really show up for yourself. That's what we do in coaching, right? You've got to really commit to working on your business and not just in it. And multitasking when you're getting trained just absolutely doesn't work. So I am going to jump in here. And so really, this is the number one goal of this webinar. And I want you to really think about this. I really want to give you a proven plan to be able to grow your referral partner network. And we're just going to give you one primary strategy today. But seriously, one great strategy can change the game and can help you build multiple partnerships in very short order. I know this only too well because I've done it personally my entire career. I love building relationship And we all know the one with the most relationships win this game. So I wanted to share for those of you that are on this call that don't know that much about me or Cindy Ertman's history. I just wanted to share a little bit of some of the things that I've accomplished. And look, I started with no relationships in a city that I was brand new to, having no idea what I was doing. But I did make one commitment early in my career. And that one commitment is, if I'm going to do this, failure is not an option, and I'm going to be all in. Right? So today, I just want you to just set that intention for yourself. Failure is not an option in this business. It's got so much upside and you can help so many people. But look, being one of the nation's top originators for many, many, many years, driving my production to 200 plus million was incredible. And I did that with building the steps of my business step by step. You can't do it in a day. It's about incremental growth. So I want you to think about maybe 3 things today that you can take away and commit to implement. Because getting excited during a training is great, but it's all about implementation. So I want you really to commit to take 3 things away that you are going to implement from this training to really start to change the course of your future. And I promise you, you can do that absolutely starting today. So I want you to just open your mind up to another possibility of success. Because it's easy sometimes to look at a top producer and go, well, I'm not them. But the reality is you don't want to be them because you're your own greatest gift. And it's just about you getting clear on what your true value proposition is. But I just want you to think about what if you could really learn a strategy today. And even for many of you that have been on this training before and know what I'm about to teach, I want you to execute on it again, because this strategy works over and over and over. So Tom, I'm going to check in with you and I'm going to make sure you're executing this again. And Leslie, I'm going to check in with you. And Sue, I'm going to check in with you. I want you guys to re-execute the strategy because I probably did it 3 to 4 times a year and I got success from it every single time we executed. But I want you to get 5 new referral partners out of this strategy today over the next 30 to 60 days. And it is possible if you actually do the work. So I'm going to just be honest here, right? I'm a national mortgage coach and my passion is helping people grow. So I am going to share an offer with you when we get to the end of this program. If you stick around, I'm going to give you something pretty cool because I really believe that what we have to offer changes lives. I mean, I always feel so blessed and grateful for the texts that I get and the voicemails I get and just the videos that I get from my clients. And it's such, I can't even tell you the feeling that it gives me to know that we have helped somebody go to that next level of success and really help change their business and their life. I just led my Mortgage Mastermind Elite retreat here just over a week ago. And one of my clients posted a video on social media saying, you know, I just, this last weekend transformed my life. And that's because he saw some things through a different lens. And he said, I left a better man, a better leader. And these are the things that come from really investing in yourself and your tools, right? Michelle Town has been a client of mine for many years. She is a private coaching client currently. She was in my Mortgage Mastermind Elite program. She's participated in all my coaching platforms, actually. But she increased her business 30% in the first year and took her business to 100 million. That had been a goal of hers for a very long time. But she also did it with creating a process and a system. So she wasn't working as many hours. She has built an incredible team over time. And she's now built out the systems and the process with great technology. So much of her process is automated and it's taken so many things off her plate. But she's a perfect example of someone that really leaned into coaching saying, I need help. I know I can't do this by myself. And I really need to learn some new tricks and have some new tools in my tool chest. Michelle's a very good friend and I really honor her for what she's done to build and grow her business. And, you know, she's built her business to over 200 million, but she is a very, very humble person. And I'm just really honored to be her coach. So these are the 3 things we're going to really dive into today. We're going to start with the mortgage satisfaction. And I recommend to all my clients that you look at this at least every 90 days. I think you should do it monthly, but our business is constantly changing. You need to review your business. In 2020, we were running an entirely different business. In 2021, then we go through 2022, rocked our world. So we've got to reassess. And then I'm going to have you really discover your why and look at your greatest strengths And even though you may know what those are, I want you to get crystal clear. And Tom, I love that you're so intentional about creating an intention statement, which is so great. That's going to be for another training because I'm designing a new exercise around just that. And then I want to talk about expanding your referral partner network, because for me, that's my everything. You know, I am a master at building referral partner networks, and it's not that hard, even in today's world. And with business, you know, there being less inventory, we have to cast a wider net. So look, I know this has been a hard season. We can't ignore that, right? It has been a difficult season for most mortgage originators. I don't think really anybody got off, got out from underneath that last year. It was really rough. And we're starting to see some breakthroughs right now, but there's still a lot of struggle. I just heard from a client yesterday and he's leaving the business. And it's really sad, but he's got a mortgage to pay. And we're going to see more and more of that. So what I want for you today is to lean into this fully and go, nope, I'm not going to be the one that goes to the wayside in the next 3 months. We're going to do what it takes to succeed. And you're going to get to the other side of this and you are going to flourish because of it. I mean it. This is the best industry. You can help so many people and have a very, very lucrative career that can set you and your family up for much success in the future to come. So clearly we know what the challenges have been, but now I want to focus on the opportunities. So I want you to think about this. Are you living in fear right now? Or are you really now firmly committed to taking action to drive results? Because last year there was just so much fear that people weren't even driving towards results. People weren't getting back out in front of their client base, and it's a very challenging thing if you're stuck in that mode. And I'm going to really, really kick you off the curb today because we've got to get outside our comfort zone. I've just been having some challenging conversations, even with some of my clients this week about, it's time to take bolder action. And that's what I love about coaching. My coach makes me take bolder action, right? And so as a coach, I want you to really look at yourself and go, I need to be taking bolder action every day, because those that are driving results, even in this market. And look, this is one of my all-time favorite slides. I usually put it in every presentation because it's just so true. We all carry the matches around to burn down our own house, and it's all right here, right? It's just we're thinking the wrong thoughts. We're putting the fear into our brain first, and we're reacting to the thoughts because the thoughts become beliefs, and we believe the negative news that there's no business. And I hear it from my clients daily. But the thing that's always so amazing to me is I'm coaching people within a mile of each other in the same cities, in many towns in America. And one is having massive success right now, and the other one has no loans in the system, because one is doing a much better job as focused, intentional activities each and every day. So we've got to cast a wider net. And hats off to some of you too that have really stepped into other states and got multi-licensed and are building in new markets. I give you a lot of credit because there's a lot of success to be had, and some states are doing much better than others, right? So I want you to think about what stories you're telling yourself that just aren't true. I was on the phone yesterday with a really special client of mine, and I just love this guy. He's an amazing, amazing leader. He's a top producer in the nation. And he said, I've just lost my confidence. And he said, I'm embarrassed to even admit it. And I would imagine for you, if you're on this call right now, and if you shared in that same experience, let us know, because you're certainly not alone. But this is somebody who's one of the top producers in the nation, and he's not getting back in front of his referral partners like he should. He's not stayed in touch with ones that he hasn't heard from in a long time that used to work with him consistently. He's not calling his past client database. And many of you, I know, think about doing those activities, but those are the activities that are going to get you back in the game again in a bigger way. I was on the phone with a client just the other day, and I want you to really think about this. He had told himself a story that he did not want to call his past clients because they already had 3% interest rates. Why should he even bother? And if you want to believe that, fine, but that is not going to serve your business right now. So I want you to tell yourself a different story. I want you to tell the story of my client just 3 days ago that told me he decided to start calling 10 past clients a day. He's been in the business for quite a while. And he called a client, and that client had a 2.75% rate. So clearly, they're not doing anything with that rate to get anything lower. However, he's smart, and he's using my call script that I use with my past client database. And he asked all the questions. He talked about all the debt that's been racked up over the last few years. It's the highest that we've ever had in this country. So we've got to have that conversation. It's not just about their interest rate. You know, maybe they really want to tap into their equity. There's more equity and property in America right now than ever before. Have the conversation, check in and see, you know, I just say, hey, would love to check in to see how you're doing with your home and your mortgage. It's a very simple call to make, and you are going to be so pleasantly surprised. Anyway, he found out that based on this particular client, between buying a car, racking up credit card debt, one of the spouse lost their job during COVID, they were living on credit cards. He saved them $1,600 a month in doing a cash out refi to pay off all the debt. And if they continue to make the same house payment as the same monthly payment as they've been making and pour it into the house, they'll pay the house off 10 years sooner. The savings was profound, and they clearly got it. So if you're not calling your past clients and having this conversation, start today. One of my mortgage friends, she's on this call just a couple weeks ago. She was not calling her past clients. I made her commit to me. She would call 5 and then let me know what happened. She's like, I'm so shocked. They were so happy to hear from me. And then you want to, if that deal was referred by a realtor, you want to pick up the phone and call a real estate agent and give them an update on their own client. You'll really establish a solid relationship with that realtor if you take that extra step. It's just amazing all the way around. So look, when you close the door of your mind to negative thoughts, the door of opportunity opens. It's so true. We've got to let the negativity go. We've got to stop looking in the rearview mirror. We've got to look at the road ahead where possibility lies. There's so much opportunity even in this market, but we do have to cast a wider net, and you've got to play and get in front of more people. And every single day, your focal point should be, who can I meet with this week? Set an intention that you're going to meet with 3 to 5 people weekly. It will change the game. If you're not out meeting in front of people today, it's going to be tough to really gain traction. Social media is we're certainly gaining traction with social media. It's one avenue, right? It's one avenue on the pillar. This is what I want you to think about today. We come into this great, experience called life, and we have about 30,000 mornings. At age 54, which was the average age of mortgage loan originators, it's dropping now just a little bit. We're getting some new blood into the mortgage business, which is awesome. But you have about 10,000 mornings remaining. And I don't know about you, but I want every morning to count. I want at the end of the day to know that I played full out. People that are in my, coaching programs know this about me without question. It's like, show up and play full out. This is not a dress rehearsal. So I want you to get intentional about every morning you have left. I don't care if you're 20 or you're 30 or you're 40. But this journey goes quickly, and I want to make it count. So when you're at work, I want you focused on income and relational activities. And when you're at home, focus on the things that matter most, right? But make your time count. Don't go to work and be busy all day and think you were involved in the right activities. We need to focus and pay attention to those daily activities, because several people on this call that have gone through my coaching program know that intentional choice equals desired outcome. Our company, the defining difference, it is intentional choice. The defining difference is a choice. We have the ability to wake up tomorrow and make a different choice. You want to lose weight, you can wake up and work out tomorrow, right? So I want you to get very intentional and commit to 3 things off this webinar that you are going to put into place immediately. So we're going to go through the mortgage satisfaction assessment, okay? So I want you to look at this. So top producers, they always look at these 8 key areas of their business and their life. You've got to really look on, you got to work on it. You got to get 30,000 feet above it and look down on it. I'm going to give you this. I want you to pull out a piece of paper quickly, and I want you to write the answers down to these questions. And I want you to be honest. I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. So you're going to score yourself on your mortgage satisfaction. And first, we're going to look at the number of referral partners that you have in your court. Now, in 2020, I'm telling you, people were scoring themselves very high because they had more business than they knew what to do with. But right now, not so much. Half your referral partners don't even generate business right now. Some people have gotten out of the business, right? So we have to cast a wider net. So you need to score yourself from 0 to 10, 10 being most satisfied, 0 being not satisfied at all. And I want you to score yourself honestly. How many are you happy with the number of referral partners that are in your court? And if you're not, give yourself an honest assessment. If you're scoring yourself a 2 right now or a 3 right now, then you've got some work to do, right? And we got to hunker down and make that a focal point. Your personal production levels. Most people are not ecstatic about their personal production levels. Certainly it's tied to your number of referral partners, but score yourself right now. Even if you've done this exercise before, be honest with yourself right now. I happen to know we've got one member that's on the call. He's probably pretty satisfied. He's still serving 500 clients a year. It's amazing, Tom. You're incredible. But I want you to also look at your compelling client experience. Look, you all have an experience, but is it compelling? I was on the phone with a top producer actually yesterday, a new client of mine that I'm coaching, and she did 130 million last year. That is a top producer in this market by anybody's standards. But she was sharing with me that she realizes that she's done that kind of because she says she's been lucky. She's not just been lucky. She's great at building relationship, but she now understands that if she builds the other pillars of her business, and we honed in on the exact steps she should take so she doesn't get overwhelmed, that over the course of the next 12 months, she's going to be able to run a very successful, sustainable business, and she can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And that's what we want for our clients. Marketing execution. I'm sure that in this market, most of you are all marketing. Some of you, like Sue Meitner, you're marketing gurus, right? And you've got it down. Others, not so much. But I believe in having a plan in everything you do. So we work with you to create a marketing plan that's super simple, one that you'll actually execute to. Because if it's not in a plan or a system, it doesn't get done, or it doesn't get done effectively. You can save yourself so much time by creating plans. So score yourself on that. Are you great at marketing execution, or do you need some work on that? And then time, energy, and productivity. Do you have your systems and your processes built out? When a lead comes in, do you know exactly where it goes through your system? Who touches that lead? How does it get followed up on? Are you managing your time and your energy appropriately? Are you doing a growth hour every day to focus on building and growing your business? Because those are the things that just catapult you to a whole new level. And it's how I got into the top 100 club in the US in terms of production. Do you have a high impact team? It's a sore subject right now, right? Because so many people have had to let their teams go, or they had to really cut their teams back. So my goal is to help you generate more production so we can get those teams back in play. Because to build a successful business is a team sport. And it's so much more fun to have a great team around you. And we cannot settle for mediocrity any longer. We've got to have the best people on the team so that we are completely focused on the right activities with the right people that are helping us take our business to that next level of success and helping you be accountable. And then good self-care. Look, COVID was terrible for me, right? I gained 15 pounds like most of us did. I wasn't taking care of myself. And I changed that. 2 years ago, I hired a personal trainer. I still work out with her twice a week. I changed my diet. I've lost some weight. I feel better. I feel incredible. So then what are you doing to really take care of yourself? And honestly, if you're not doing much to take care of yourself, I would put that to your number one priority, because none of the rest matters if you're not healthy. So what are you going to do to take better care of yourself? I know Sue Meitner and we work out virtually with the same physical fitness trainer. So I know she's taking care of herself right now. And I really honor you for doing that. And work-life balance. Are you taking time for you? I have to work on this myself. I work a lot of hours, as I know many of you do too. But I booked time away in Santa Barbara this weekend. I'm getting away for a couple of days just to have fun and some R&R. So what are you doing to take care of you? Really important. So I would love for you to pop into the chat, because I'm going to save the chat. I'm going to go back and look at this chat. Like, where are you scoring yourself the lowest? Just put in like what categories, like what needs to be your number one focal point. Maybe it is referral partnerships. Maybe it is you don't have a marketing plan and you know you're missing the boat. I've talked to many people lately going, look, I know I need to get on social. I know I need to do educational videos. Maybe you need to do some masterminds or some lunch and learns. They're really phenomenal right now. It's how people are getting great traction. So let's just go through this a little bit. So if you wanted to increase your number of referral partners, right? You could cold call 10 potential realtor partners weekly, or you could do the strategy I'm going to give you today so that it'll give you an immediate strategy that's actually a warm call strategy, not a cold call strategy, but you got to commit to take the action today. If you want more referral partners, they are not going to magically drop from the sky. You cannot take a magic pill to solve that problem. It all depends on you letting go of the fear of rejection, because you all think about it. If you don't have their business right now, you have nothing to fear. What is the worst that could happen? They tell you they already have a long-term relationship with a great lender. And this is what I will always say when someone says that to me. I totally appreciate long-term relationships, Mr. Realtor, but you know what? You just don't know it yet. But one day soon, you're going to work with me too. And you're going to be amazed at what great care we take of you. And I just kind of make it a game. And if they tell me no, they tell me no, and I move on to next. There's nothing to really fear, y'all. Like, it's get in front of more people, pick up the phone and call them. We have nothing to fear except the fear of lost opportunity if we don't pick up the phone. Your personal production levels. Conduct 5 income generating activities daily. We're going to go over the income daily activities. Many people don't know what those are. You hear Todd Bookspan talk about win by noon. 5 income daily activities before the hour of noon. If you make that your focal point, your business will shift. One of my clients a couple of years ago, he's 25 years in the business. He said, Cindy, I can't believe I haven't been doing this my whole career. He goes, I'd be retired and rich. He did it for 2 weeks and it changed the game. He got intentional about his business. And that's what I'm suggesting here. Compelling client experience. Maybe look at the experience. How compelling is it? Are you getting 5-star reviews from your clients? Do you feel like you've wowed your realtor partners and you've wowed that client, or did you just close alone? We've got to integrate in a couple of things that really make them go, wow. Leslie, it was incredible doing business with you. You have such an amazing team. You made that whole process so simple. That's because you've created a compelling client experience and people want to come back and work with you again. Create a 12-month marketing plan. I'd love to help you do that. It's not hard. It's actually super simple. And then all you have to do is put the steps in your calendar and show up to your own plan. It's actually fun. Marketing is fun. It's all about growth. I love helping people build marketing plans. Your productivity, time block. I know the word is terrible, right? I called it my growth hour. 3 hours a week. If you can't do 3 hours a week, do 3 30-minute sessions. But if you would just commit to this once and for all and go, okay, Cindy, I'm going to do it. I promise I'm going to do it. And focus on income generating activities. It will move the needle because you're being intentional about building and growing your business and not just working in your files every single day. For your high impact team, create and define roles and responsibilities. Have them do this today. Have your team, every team member write down every single thing they do for you. First of all, they kind of build their own job description. If you ever lose a staff member, it gives you the ability to already have the daily responsibilities mapped out. And that way you can really get clear on what they're doing. And maybe you need to sit down with the team and really redefine what their daily activities are. But one thing that I love to do is to write this down. I want you to start with picking the 5 things you actually want to do each and every day. And then we fill the team to fill in all those activities that are no longer serving you as the originator. And then obviously we talked about your good self-care. Maybe you're committing to work out virtually like I am, 3 days a week. Maybe you're going to create some non-negotiable for your work life. So you take your spouse out to dinner once a week, or you spend uninterrupted time with your kids, or you put your cell phone away for 90 minutes while at the dinner table, and really give people your focused time and attention. It's really what everybody needs. So obviously everybody has scored themselves here. So I'd love to have you pop into the chat where your lowest score is. And then we're going to give you a couple of activities that help you raise the game. Okay. So I want you to really hone in. And I know many of you have done this exercise, but it's one of my favorites. And this is why we get very unclear as to what our value proposition truly is. And I am not about selling anything. I love making a difference, bringing value to my referral partners, bringing value to my clients right now, right? And I love this talk. I mean, this has been around for a very long time, but if you have not listened to How Great Leaders Inspire Action, go to YouTube and listen to it. If you haven't listened to it in a long time, go listen to it again. It is Simon Sinek's, in my opinion, most powerful talk, but it makes so much sense. People do not care what you do. They don't care that you're in the mortgage business. They don't care how you do it. They just don't. I have built more relationships, you all, and you know this, the people that know me, I've built amazing relationships with realtor referral partners and never talked about my mortgage business ever. Not my pricing, not my programs, not my product, not my speed, not my team. I've made it all about them. They only care why you do what you do. So you need to think about, why do you do what you do, right? We're going to look at your 3 core greatest strengths. And we're going to look at your company's 3 core greatest strengths, because it's hard for you to sell your value if you're not clear. And I want you to really go deep with this. I want you to really think about, in the context of how your strengths serve your client base and in the context of how it serves your referral partners, what are your true strengths? And are they really powerful to make a difference in the lives of the people that you serve? So I want you to think about this, and I'd love to have you pop into the chat and just jot down what's one of your greatest core strengths. And even if you're not a super experienced originator, I know we've got several new originators on this call. Even if you don't have a lot of experience, what's your core strength personally? You know, maybe you are a great relationship person. You know, there's many people that are kind of like mini Barry Habibs, and one of their strengths is they have studied the financial markets. Stacia Weishare is like that. Stacia, your videos on social are amazing. It's like you have mastered the financial markets and you study that each and every day. I go to your videos to learn what's going on in the financial markets. It's amazing. And some of you are incredible. I was a structure queen, right? I could structure challenging loans. I knew tax returns backwards and forwards. I felt like I was a really great communicator. In a second, I'll share with you like how I made that a significant value proposition. But think about what they are for you. And look, I've also had people, I had a guy actually call me in tears one time after this exercise, and I know him well. He's up in Seattle. And he said, he's been in the mortgage business 20 years. He had no idea what his core strengths were. Now, the funny thing, I knew what his core strengths were, but it was fascinating that he had no idea what his core strengths are. I'm sure a few of you right now are thinking, I'm not really clear either. But this isn't about getting it right. It's about really putting pen to paper and going, what are my 3 core strengths? And just write down whatever comes to mind. And then we're going to, I love if we were sitting next to each other or doing a training around this, I would have you go much deeper on how does that strength serve your client base, because we have to tie the 2 together. And then I want you to think about your company's 3 core greatest strengths. You all work for different companies. Some of you are brokers. Some of you are bankers. Some of you are mortgage bankers. Some of you work for credit unions. So think about, what are your company's core strengths? Maybe you can close deals in 10 days, and maybe that's one of your value propositions. Maybe you've got a huge product base, right? So that you can pretty much do any loan. Maybe you've got a special gift, like you're a VA specialist or you're a reverse mortgage specialist. Those are great to niche. If you guys don't have a niche, I love the idea of having a niche, right? I mean, in my universe, having my business be here in Manhattan Beach, California, we were, in today's world, would be non-QM. Almost all my borrowers were self-employed. My tax returns that I had to go through were like 8 inches thick. They were very complex files, big loan amounts, which was great, but really difficult loans to get through the system. So, but think about your company's 3 core strengths. I'm going to share a couple of what some of mine were as an originator. So I did consider myself, my tagline was mortgage solution specialist, because I was like the queen of fixing problems. And I'm sure most of you are too. And so, but I was really good at complex loans. So people knew that if they sent a file to me, that if I said it was doable, I could get that file done, because I did so much work on the front end. I communicated every milestone of the loan with my realtors and my borrowers and the listing agent. I was a master at communication, but I turned it into significant value proposition. I'll show you that in a second. And I pretty much pre-underwrote all my files. So I knew that if we submitted that file, I always had plan A and plan B. I didn't turn a file in where I only had one plan. Because if it was a really tough loan, I wanted to make sure I had a plan B, even if it was higher pricing. And then what are your company's 3 greatest strengths? Mine were we had a huge product base. We really did, which really served my jumbo market well. We got 80% of my clients advanced approved. And we turned our TBD approvals into an actual program called advanced approval at our mortgage bank. And I got them because our market and many of your markets too, 40% of our market's all cash. So we got them advanced approved so we could go up against all cash. And then I loved calling the listing agent and letting them know that that file was already underwritten and formally approved and it was as good as cash. And then we could close in as little as 15 days. Not that everybody needs that, right? But some people do. And we had the ability to do that. So really get clear on what your company's 3 greatest strengths are in addition to your own. So this is something I just wanted to share with you, more to get you thinking about how you can market your strengths. So I literally did this. I had this on an 8 and 11 by 11 flyer that was always in my packet when I went to meet with a new realtor. And I'm like, I'm a great communicator, but how does that really serve my client base? And so what I did is I turned it into the 10-point mortgage milestone communication plan. And it was just another value add. Instead of just saying, oh, Mr. Realtor, I'm a great communicator. No, here's our plan. And if I was at a meeting with a new realtor, I would frequently say, you know what, Bob, if we have the opportunity to work with each other, one of the things I always get excited about sharing is our 10-point mortgage milestone communication plan, because we communicate with you and your borrower and the listing agent on 10 key milestones of the loan. And every Tuesday, you will never have to call us to check status on a loan. And we delivered on that promise. And you know what that does? That creates trust. They knew they could trust because I delivered to that promise. Make a big promise to your realtors that you can stick to and create a plan around it. It's very powerful because look, people will forget what you said all day long and they're going to forget what you did, but they're never going to get how you make them feel. So it really is learning to relate to our clients at a deeper level. My coaching clients know that I have deep love for them because I care about their success so much. I want to help them grow. Look, if they don't grow, then I failed, right? I want to make sure people see their own value and we get them to another level. So now there's 2 strategies under here, and I want you to pay close attention. And many of you that are on this call, some of you on this call have done this exercise before, but I want you to open your mind to a different possibility. Some of you are going to say, yeah, I've done that before. You might have done something like it before, but I want you to execute this just as it's written. And you have the opportunity. You can take some pictures of the slide. You can get we'll give you an opportunity to get the guides at the end of the call, which I strongly suggest you get. But I want you to really think about committing to expand your referral partner network once and for all. It is time. Do not wait for this market to improve. You have to make it happen right now. And Tom, I got to shed some light on you, buddy, because I know you're on the call, which makes me so happy. But Tom, when Tom called me, he was 42 years in the business. Tom and I have become very close friends today. And I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity, Tom, to serve you and your business. But to watch what you did has just been miraculous. And I just continue to watch how you would continue to grow. You just led an event that I can't wait to hear all about. But Tom couldn't break 38 million when he called me. And he kept saying, I know I have 100 million in me, but I just don't know how to get there. And he took a chance. He'd never had a coach. He invested in himself and he leaned into a new possibility for his future. And he went through my high-level mastermind program, not once, but twice. And that first year, he went from 38 to 58 million in 1 year, 20 million. And do you think Tom thought that was an investment or a cost? Of course not. It paid for itself 10 times over. But Tom went to the next level. He still wasn't satisfied. Unfortunately, the market helped him with this as well. But He went on to implement the strategies, to hire the right team. He did the exercises, he did the work, and he went from 58 to 132 million that particular year, serving over 700 families. And Tom, the thing that was so amazing is you were in such a level of service to others that, in 2022, he served over 500 families and one of the most challenging markets in mortgage history, because he was in bigger service to more people. He built more referral partnerships. He got out in front of, he was always leading educational events. He just started the MBA. I mean, you're in Texas, you're doing so much to get out in front of people and create positive change in his referral partner's life. He took a lot of what he learned in coaching and passed it on to his referral partners, which is one of the side benefits from getting the tools, right? So I'm just so proud of you and what you've created. So this is a warm call strategy, and I want you to just really pay attention here. This, to me, I created the strategy many years ago for one of my coaching clients who was scared to death to cold call realtors. But she had about 5 realtors that she worked with, phenomenal loan officer, but truly knew she had, rates had ticked up that year, and she knew she had to build referral partnerships and needed some realtors in the court. So I put together this warm call strategy, and like everything in my life that I create, I test it first. So I went and tested it with my own referral partners, and I was blown away at the results that Cindy Ertman got the very first time I used it. You guys, seriously, like if you just do this today, you will start getting traction almost immediately. You could literally have meetings by next week with new referral partners by executing this strategy. So I want you to jot down today 5 realtor referral partners. If you don't have realtors, pick any sort of business professional. It could be a CPA that you work with. It could be a financial planner. It could be a tax attorney. It could be a local business professional. But in this case, she had 5 realtors. That's all she had. So she called the 5 realtors, and I'm going to share what happened when I did it, when I tested it out. And then you're going to call those 5 people that already know, like, and trust you. And look, if you don't have 5 people yourself, call your parents, call your friends. Everybody knows realtors, right? Get some introductions. But I want you to call 5 people that know, like, and trust you. And I want you to really think about how many realtors calls have you made this week? And like, I know Brian's on the call, right? Brian calls like 100 people a week. Michelle Town calls 100 people a week. Brian, in January, where the rest of the market had no business, he had 97 leads come in, and he closed 27 loans in January. And he's no different than you and me or anybody else. He just gets in front of more people, and he's committed, and he doesn't have fear around picking up the phone. So just remember, go into the right energy before you pick up the phone. You're not asking them for anything. You're asking to help them, and you are asking for help on this one, because this is a different kind of strategy, but you're going to show up in service too. I know this is a lot of words on a screen. Feel free to take a picture of it. Like I said, I'm going to give you the opportunity to get this guide so that you'll have the scripts and you can make them your own. But I want you to call these 5 people that know, like, and trust you. So this is kind of what I did. Hi, Bob. This is Cindy Ertman. Of course, they know me, right? I wanted to reach out to you because we value you greatly as our trusted referral partner and appreciate our relationship with you more than you know. Our team is looking to expand our realtor referral business here. So even though the refinance market has been strong, we pride ourselves on helping our clients secure their dream of home ownership and would like to serve more buyers this year. We value our relationship with you so much and wondered if you could recommend a couple of quality realtors that could benefit from the same kind of service that you've experienced in working with us. We are not looking for quantity here, Bob. We're just looking for a couple of great people. We'd just so appreciate it if you could help us with a couple of names. So the first time I made this call, you have a picture of Tara. This is who I called. Tara was a newer realtor. She's here in Manhattan Beach. She had just moved to Sotheby's. And I called Tara and I said, hello, my friend. I said, look, we are really trying to grow our realtor relationships this year. We really want to increase our purchase business, and we need to cast a wider net. And I know you just moved to Sotheby's. You've been there for a little bit now. Is there anybody that you really know, like, and trust there that you think we could benefit from knowing? And she'd only been in the business about 3 years. And in a minute, she's like, you know what, Cindy, I sit in a pod with 3 other great women. She said, Sarah just closed like 3 deals just on the last week. She's amazing. And I said, would you introduce me to them? That would be incredible if you could give me their numbers. And she goes, sure, I'd be happy to. So she texted me their numbers. And I said, can I use your name? And she said, yes. So we hung up the phone. 5 minutes later, Tara calls me back. And she goes, I got a better idea. Why don't we just schedule a lunch and I'll come too. And that way I can help you get to know them, which we did. A week later, we had lunch with 4 realtors, my partner and I. To this day, my partner still works with 3 of those realtors. And this was many years ago. And I'm still almost best friends with one of them. And we get together probably twice a month. So I'm telling you, this works like a charm. Now, the key is when they give you the names, what do you have to do? You actually have to call them, and you have to call them quickly. But I want to share one other story really quickly, because the second call that I made was to a real estate developer here in Manhattan Beach. And we don't have housing tracts because we have no land, but he's a custom home developer and everybody knows him. Dennis is a great guy. Everybody loves him. He'd become a good friend. And we'd worked together a lot over the years. So I called Dennis and I said, hey, look, you know, Stephanie and I really want to build and grow our business this year. I would love it, love it, love it if you could help us with a couple of names of people in your office, because he was attached to a real estate office that could benefit from our service. It would mean the world to us. Dennis and I met for lunch. And at lunch, Dennis gave me 8 names, not 2 names, 8 names. Now, 3 of them I knew, 5 of them I did not. And I just was like, oh my gosh, I'm onto something here. I mean, I went back to the office and I called those 5 people and I got appointments with all 5. I was like, my head exploded with excitement, because honestly, you've all built relationships of some sort in your life, or you wouldn't be in the mortgage industry, right? So then when you get these names, so again, I was asking 5 people to give me 2 names, right? So I should have gotten 10 names. But I ended up with like 18 names from the people that I asked. And it's amazing. And they're warm leads now, because you're calling because they've been referred by somebody that likes, and trusts them, right? So you've got to get excited when you call this realtor and go, hi, Lynn, this is Cindy Ertman. I was at RPM Mortgage at the time. I just got off the phone with Bob Smith. Bob has been a valued referral partner of ours for many years. And I shared with Bob that we were looking to expand our realtor partners this year. And since our passion is helping buyers secure their dream of home ownership, I asked Bob who he truly trusts and loves in this business. And he gave us your name. Like, he is a big fan of you, Len. And he just said that you are someone that we need to know. And I just would love the opportunity to get to know a little bit more about you and your business. Would you be open to getting together for lunch or a cup of coffee next week? Anyone that Bob knows. And look, I'm a big believer that 2 top producers need to know each other, whatever words you want to use, but you want to just highlight what Bob has said about them. And because Bob has said that they should know me and I should know them, other than maybe 1 out of 10, I got them to a yes to meet. It was amazing. It was one of the best all-time strategies I ever did to build and grow my business. And I did it over and over and over again, and to the same realtors every year. But it was so easy to do this. So this is the only objection I ever had. You know, they would say that they had a long-term relationship with the lender. You know, and I would say, Lynn, look, I value long-term trusted partnerships so much, more than you know, because in my experience in our current lending environment, it's difficult to find one lender that can service all of your clients' needs. So I would still welcome a 5-minute appointment if you'd be open to it, so I could learn a little bit more about you and your business. I'm not going to bug you, but just in case you either have a loan that blows up in the middle of escrow, or if you need a second choice lender, or someone's asking for 2 recommendations, I'd love to be your second choice. You know, and I promise you, I won't ping you and hound you, but I would love to just shake your hand. I said, I've really got a really cool marketing tool I'd love to share with you. Would you be open to just shake my hand and give me 5 minutes? And then that's how I'd get them to a yes. And if you don't get them to a yes, just say next and move on. But I'd love to get your commitment today. I'd love you to just put in the chat that you're committed to execute the strategy, even if you've already executed it, to do it again. You can ask the same 5 people from a year ago. You can pick 5 new people. You could go outside of realtors, but realtors are still a very valuable resource for referring mortgage leads. And, if you had 20 realtors in your court, sorry, you're going to need 40. If you had 10, you're going to need 20. We've got to cast a wider net, because you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years trying to get them interested in you. This is all about being in service to your partners and bringing value to them. Every time you call them, it should be with some kind of value you can offer them. And we do a lot of things in my coaching platform to give you value propositions to be able to give to your referral partners, because sometimes it is hard to come up with what those value propositions are for yourself. And then time is money guide. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but you guys, this seems so simple, right? Do 5 income generating activities each and every day before the hour of noon. And yet most people don't do it. But if you just did this one strategy, okay, I'm going to do 5 income generating activities. It's in your calendar from 10 to 11 a.m. every single morning. It's a non-negotiable. Get somebody to hold you accountable. Do this with a partner. Do this with another loan officer in your office. Pick a friend, but get somebody to hold you accountable. And every single day, do 5 income generating activities or relational activities and write down your results or next steps. It's a very simple practice that can move the needle so fast. And these are an example. Take a picture of this. These are just a few things that might be considered income generating activities. Create a weekly outreach program for past clients. I have the system that I teach that was very, very simple. Call 5 real estate managers to provide education for sales meetings. I cannot tell you how many real estate managers want mortgage originators to come in and talk about the market. Record 3 one-minute educational videos and text them to 20 realtors. It doesn't take much time, but you're setting yourself apart, right? Follow and engage 20 new realtors on social media. I have a whole campaign for how to build realtor partners that I'm going to be talking about at Mastermind Summit in Las Vegas on June 9th. So anyway, I'm not going to go through all these, but I'll give you some ideas of some things that can be great, great income and relational activities to move that needle forward. And I just want you to think about this. Okay, maybe you have been feeling really off this last year. You certainly wouldn't be alone, as you know. Maybe you're really not sure you still have what it takes to be successful in this business. Maybe you're super scared. You don't know how much longer you can go without income, right? And you're not sure what the next steps are. But I want you to really think about, what if there's a different possibility for you right now? What if looking forward and you aren't looking in the rearview mirror anymore? What if you really could develop that confidence that you need to get out in front of people again and just get a winning mindset back into your head? Like for real, where you own it. You wake up every day and you feel great and you feel strong. What if you could create a solid plan for success and you really mapped out a 90-day plan that you could be held accountable to? One that's going to move the needle for you each and every day. What if you could really break free from your limiting beliefs? Those things that you wake up and think about every day that are not serving you. Stop telling yourself a negative story, right? Successfully build your referral partner network. If you could just do some of these exercises and build 3 to 5 new referral partners, look, seriously, if you could close 10 more loans in the next 90 days, that would be material shifts in somebody's life and business. And that's what we're here to help you do. This is not just, this is real. These are real tactical strategies to build and grow a business. And what if you could create a better system to effectively manage your loan process so you weren't having to manage every single part of it personally? We want to be able to free up your time so you can focus on the activities that matter most, where you can get traction and get your production up. Renee, I don't know if you're on this call, but I had to share this. She sent me this last week. Renee has been in my Millionaire Mortgage Club, my subscription-based program, my least expensive coaching program, for the last 30 days. She's been an underwriter, and she just got back into the mortgage business as an originator. And this is from a week ago. She sends me this note saying, I thank God for you, Cindy. 8 referrals in 30 days and 3 new realtor referral partners plus 4 certified financial planner meetings. Looking forward to working on the consistency and loans I can close. Believe me, Renee, I'm going to be paying close attention to your traction. She's only been in the program 30 days, but guess what? Renee is doing the work. I can absolutely promise you that Renee is going to be a superstar 12 months from now and probably gain great traction over the next 90 days. So I am so proud of you, Renee, that you just jumped in, paid attention, you show up to our calls, and you're doing the work. And it made me so excited. So as we close here, I just want you to know that this is really what we help people do, right? We really have created the 7 steps to 7-figure success mortgage system, because this is what I actually built to build my business to 200 million. So there's different pillars to our business. And today we just touched on how to build your referral partner network. But what we need to do is we build out one pillar and then we move to the next pillar, because to have a sustainable, super successful business, we have to look at building out the pillars to get there. But it's one step at a time. Like Rome wasn't built in a day, but we help you move the needle from where you are to taking 3 steps forward. And that's what we're here to do, is to teach you our system. So I want to invite you. We've got a special offer for you for my Millionaire Mortgage Club. It's a very low cost investment. It's $297 a month. We bundled it together for 3 months at a $597 value. We've got a special code for you. There's all kinds of bonuses that are in. So we have a membership site for you. You'll get 6 live trainings that are some of the best trainings we've had over the last year with some of the industry's top producers. They'll blow you away, just that. We actually lead 2 training calls a month live on Zoom. And I do an office hours call just to laser coach you on whatever your personal challenges are. Those are my personal favorite calls. We have helped our clients 2x and 3x their production. And it's a super low investment, but we're giving you several handouts to join so that you've got immediate strategies that you can implement. I am committed with everything in my being to help you take this business to the next level. I want you to finish out 2023. So we're going to give you a QR code if you're interested in joining us for the next 3 months. We have a rock star coming on in a couple of weeks. He is one of the best at generating leads and converting leads and turning them into real loans. Brian is incredible. Stacia is going to be talking about her ultimate client experience, and she just developed her realtor ultimate client experience. You're going to learn how to level it up in developing a much better experience to just expand your referral partner network in a bigger way. So you can either jot this down, giftfromcindy.com is where you can register, and we'll give you a QR code here next. But I'm just going to hope that you say yes to yourself. And if you want a higher level of coaching, if you're seeking private coaching, which we offer, we have 15 amazing coaches, or my Mortgage Mastermind Elite, which is my higher level group, which is where just amazing, the people that have signed up for that program. And we are beginning our marketing actually in the next 2 weeks for that program that will start in September. And you can always email us at info@cindyrtman.com. But these are the gifts that you're going to get right now, you all. You're going to get the mortgage satisfaction assessment, complete it, and write down one step that you can take to up level your scores. You're going to get the how to execute a top 5 realtor referral plan. You're going to get the time is money guide with all the different activities you can do to drive your business. And we're going to give you the past client call script. Start calling 10 past clients a day if you have past clients. I'm telling you, it works. We have so many success stories of people that are using it to drive new leads and new production and to generate more referrals. We have to be proactive in our business today. And I just really, really hope that these tools will give you hands-on scripts to be able to follow, to be able to move the needle in your own business. So again, you can either put into your browser giftfromcindy.com to sign up right there, or you can scan the QR code. I'm so committed to serve you all. I know it's easy to say as a mortgage coach, but I know that you've got more capacity and more opportunity than you see right now. And if you've been having a rough season, I really want to help you change it. I want to give you tactical training. I want to help with your mindset. And I want to just get you to a different level of possibility for your future. I am passionate about helping mortgage originators grow, particularly during this challenging season. So I truly, truly do hope that you'll join us. I just want to make a difference and help you, because your life really is about the people that you serve, and you make such a difference in people's life through home ownership. It changes the game. I think about if I hadn't bought a home, how different my life would be today. You are changing lives, and you've got to make sure your teams know they're changing lives too. And look, you were born to stand out, not to fit in. And that's what we try to help you do. We give you social media strategies, marketing strategies, relationship development strategies. We give you the how-to roadmap so you don't have to figure it out for yourself. Look, I came up with many, many strategies. I had 32 loan officers in my branch that I coached and trained on a regular basis. And I just want to help you take it to the next level. So I don't want you to follow the crowd when you can be leading the pack. And that's my goal for you. So again, just take a snapshot of this or go to giftfromcindy.com. I would love more than anything to help you take it to the next level and just have you lead a more fulfilling business in life, because it feels so good when we're gaining traction, right? And we're moving the needle to the next level. And I'm going to open it up here. Dana, if we have any questions, you guys, I'm going to stay on for a bit. For those of you that can, I can't thank you enough for joining us for this webinar. I'm super excited. I hope to have the ability to serve you in a bigger way. I'm all in to help you, believe me. And Dana, are there any questions that we have?
I am not seeing any questions immediately, but guys, put it in the chat and we'll be happy to take your questions for as long as Cindy has to stay on the call.
Seriously, any questions, you all pop them in the chat. Oh, good, Shailene, you're going to be in Vegas. That's fantastic.
Cindy, we do have one question from Ivan, who's asking about our other programs designed for branch managers.
Yes, and actually, Ivan, almost everybody in my Mortgage Mastermind Elite program is a branch manager. I think like in my current programs, maybe all but one or two. So Ivan, for you, just write this down, shoot us an email at info@cindyrtman.com, and we can jump on a call and I can tell you what we have available for branch managers, because that's kind of one of my specialties. Is I love coaching our branch managers. So yeah, I would love to have a conversation with you and tell you what we could do.
Great. Esther is asking, what are your go-to income producing activities?
Well, I just gave you several, but I mean, look, one of the things that I do a whole training around building financial planner relationships. So I do a whole strategy, and it's funny because I went through a period of my career where I realized I didn't have a financial planner as a referral partner. So I decided to change that. So I Googled, I asked a few people for their recommendations for financial planners. And then I Googled and, kind of read 5-star reviews, and I picked 5 financial planners. And I have a script that I use that I have a training around about how to get the meeting. But I positioned those calls, Esther, on, looking for a financial planner that I could refer my own client base to. So I was looking for someone to refer my clients to. I wasn't asking for anything. I got all 5 meetings immediately, because all I was saying is, hey, I'm a mortgage originator in Manhattan Beach, California. I'm looking to find a great financial planner that I can learn to know, like, and trust, that I could refer my clients to that are in need of a financial planner. So it was very easy to get the meeting. And then once I got the meetings with the financial planners, I was really seeking to build a relationship with 2. I actually found 2. I still have a relationship with both of them to this day. One became my financial planner, has been my financial planner for probably 15 years. And he is my go-to as a referral source for my past clients. So financial planners, if you do not have one in your referral partner network, highly recommend you make a call to a bunch of financial planners that are local. I like the smaller firms. And Brian was one of my best referral partners for my, huge part of my career. And I would always try to, get a meeting to present to their financial planner group at the beginning of every year. I would go in and do a 15-minute training on just an update on the financial markets. But calling financial planners and building a relationship with them is a great strategy. Calling the 5 realtors that know, like, and trust you is a great income generating activity, right? And getting this training that I just did implemented, that's a great income activity. I think calling 10 past clients, and if you have past clients, calling your past clients with our past client call script is extremely powerful. And I've given you the 6 questions to ask. It's a matter of planting the seeds. And even if they don't need a loan today, you're going to generate a lot more opportunity, going on to social and connecting with 20 new realtor partners that you don't have a relationship with and commenting on their post 2 to 3 times a week. That's a strategy that I always use if I want to build new referral partners with people I don't know. So hopefully that'll give you some ideas.
Awesome. Thank you. Tristan E is asking, is the program you use for branch managers just for those who already are branch managers? Or if my goal is to be a branch manager, can I also take it?
Absolutely. We have a lot of, because look, let's face it, branch managers typically come from, you have a loan officer that's getting some great success and they really want to lead their own show. But a lot of branch managers really aren't trained in leadership. So I think the reason that I've attracted so many branch managers and look, I'm a huge fan, particularly of any women on the planet, of people that want to go into a higher level of leadership. I do a lot of leadership coaching. I push some of the people that I coach because I can see possibility for them that they can move into a different role. So I get very excited to help people that want to go into branch management to kind of create the steps necessary to help you grow into that role, because it's powerful. And I was a branch manager for 25 years and I loved it. I loved pouring in and helping other people grow. So yes, that's something that I personally love.
Okay, Marita. Hi, Marita. She's asking, how do you recommend approaching out-of-state agents to build out-of-state relationships?
Well, it's a very good question. One of my clients right now, she made a list of, this sounds kind of silly, but she made a list of all the different states that she had friends in. And then she reached out to those friends and basically say, hey, what realtors do you know in your local market? And she started there. Then she started calling those realtors, and then she picked what state she was going to get licensed in. And I know, Leslie, if you're still on the call, because I know you just got licensed in several states, if you have, please jump in here. If there's anything on chat, you can share too for how you've actually broken into it. But anyway, one of my clients, Bo, the way she did it is she started in states that she had some pre-existing relationships, and then she kind of catapulted from there. And honestly, I've watched her, and she started to build relationships in like 5 states. And one of my clients who I had a testimonial on from Michelle Town, Michelle lives outside of Denver, Colorado, but she built her business in Southern California in San Clemente. And she moved to Denver almost 3 years ago and never lost any of her clients in California, because that you just have to educate people on the beauty of COVID is everything is virtual today. Most of our teams are virtual. Many people are not working in offices. So it really doesn't matter. It's just about the program, the process, and the value that you're bringing. And I would say half my clients have 20 to 30% of their business coming from other states right now. And I have this conversation a lot with clients. We could go very deep on this subject. So Leslie just said, I work to market the listing agents and help refer to out-of-state realtors and build from there. That is fabulous. I love it. That's great. And thank you also. Yes, Dana that popped into the chat. If you're looking to really get more information around private coaching or my Mortgage Mastermind Elite group, my 2 higher level programs, you can please sign up for a strategy call, and we can talk you through, not only I'd love to hear about what your biggest challenges are, right? And whether or not we could really help you, but Dana put the link in the chat so you could sign up for a strategy call if you wanted to learn a little bit more, and we could find out a little bit more about you and your business and what you need to take it to the next level. I have 15 incredible coaches. They're all handpicked by me. They're creating just great change for the people that they're serving. So it's very exciting. My Mortgage Mastermind Elite program, I only take 16 people. We launched in September, but we can do private add-on calls. So you can have private coaching leading up to that to get yourself ready. That fills very, very quickly. We're just starting to fill it now. We've got people already on the wait list. So if you're interested in a higher level program, anyone that has gone through it will tell you it's really life-changing, and it's my personal favorite thing to lead. And I'm very, very invested. It's one that if you're looking to work with me personally, I spent a lot of time in my Mortgage Mastermind Elite training program. Any other questions?
April is asking, what are the Vegas details? April, if you can pop your email address in here, we'll send that information to you.
Yeah, April, it's July, June. Okay, it's June, I promise, June 7th through the 9th. It's at the Mirage Hotel. It's Mastermind Summit. I will be the kickoff keynote on Friday morning from 9 to 10. And also I'm hosting a little gathering. So let us know. Let's get your email and we'll reach out to you and touch base. I would love to meet you live and in person. So anyone that's going to Mastermind Summit, please let me know, or you can send us an email at info@cindiertman.com. That goes to my whole team. But I would love to meet you live and in person if you're actually going. I've been a keynote speaker there for 12 years, and it's one of my favorite conferences in America annually. So I would love to see some of you there.
Anyone else have a question? Last questions?
Well, you all, thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for participating and playing full out, and make me proud and go implement 3 strategies that you've learned from this training. I would love to hear any progress you're making. So feel free to email us at info@cindiertman.com. I'm truly all in to help support you and your business. And I hope you have a fantastic week. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks, team. Appreciate you all. Have a great day. Bye.